In the quiet rural town of Enfield, nestled in the Midwestern farmlands of Illinois, something dark awakened in 1973 that would go on to terrify not just a family, but an entire community. Though overshadowed in popular culture by the Amityville Horror or the haunting in Connecticut, what happened in Enfield is considered by many paranormal investigators to be the most violent and disturbing poltergeist case ever recorded on American soil. The beginning. It started with a family, the Hopkins, a struggling couple, Frank and Maria, and their two children, Billy, 10, and Ella, 6. They had just moved into an old farmhouse, inherited from Frank's uncle, who had died mysteriously in the home, found collapsed in the attic with a broken neck. But no sign of how it happened. The first few nights were uneventful, but then came the scratching, soft, rhythmic scratching behind the walls. They blamed mice. Then came the footsteps in the attic at night, heavy, dragging steps. On the 6th night, Ella screamed. When Frank rushed in, she said a man with no eyes was standing by her bed, whispering in a language she didn't understand. He dismissed it as a nightmare, until they heard the growling. The manifestation furniture began to move on its own, violently. A large armor was thrown across the room while Maria was inside the kitchen. Lights would flicker or explode entirely. Doors opened and slammed repeatedly, even when locked. One night, Billy was thrown across the room in front of his parents, leaving bruises shaped like long, bony fingers around his arms. Frank called the police. When 2 officers came to investigate, they saw the couch lift off the floor and rotate in midair before crashing down. They fled the house without writing a report. The haunting escalates. The Hopkins turned to their church. A priest came and attempted a blessing, but he vomited blood in the middle of the ritual and was hospitalized hours later. The local diocese refused to return. Desperate, Frank contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, the famous demonologists who would later investigate Amityville. Though many don't know it, they visited Enfield first. Lorraine immediately sensed an overwhelming demonic presence. She claimed it wasn't a ghost or spirit, but something inhuman. During a seance, she reportedly said the following: "It's not haunting the house, it's haunting the family, and it's growing stronger with their fear." After the seance, Maria began speaking in tongues, carving symbols into the walls while asleep. One night she attacked Ella with a broken mirror, whispering, "She wants the child." They found symbols carved beneath the wallpaper throughout the house, ancient runes and Latin phrases. One of them translated to, "I am Legion. I dwell between walls. I drink from the hollow." The final night. It all reached a horrific climax on October the 17th, 1973. That night, neighbors reported screams coming from the Hopkins home. When the sheriff arrived, the family was found huddled outside, bleeding, shaking. Inside the home, every room was destroyed. The walls were slashed, mirrors shattered, and the word "mine" was written in what looked like blood on every wall. The attic door was open. Inside they found a small wooden chair, facing the corner. On the floor around it were deep scratch marks, as if someone had been dragged repeatedly, but no one had been up there. The Hopkins fled that night and never returned. The home was abandoned for years until it was eventually burned down in a fire, the cause of which was never discovered. Aftermath. To this day, locals in Enfield swear they still hear noises in the woods, where the house once stood, knocking, whispers, growls. Some say the land is cursed, Some say something ancient lives there still, waiting for someone else to open a door that should never be touched. The Enfield poltergeist remains one of the least spoken about but most terrifying cases in American paranormal history. Files from the Warren investigation have mysteriously vanished, and everyone involved refuses to speak about it publicly. But if you visit Union, Illinois, and walk near the property on a cold October night, locals will tell you, don't stop, don't look back, and if you hear knocking, run.